If you own a DS8 pump or you're looking at buying one, this video is definitely going to help you out. I'm going to go through every step to rebuild it. It's seriously simple, it's not difficult at all. You need 3 tools, that's all you need, which I'm going to show you in a sec, and we'll get on with it. I'll bring the camera down lower now and I'll show you how to rebuild it. Well, as you can see here, this is the top section of the pump. What we're going to be doing is undoing this nut right here. You don't need to touch this one and you don't need to touch this one. This top nut is very sensitive to change. So if you do end up loosening this nut, you've got to be very careful how you retighten it. Otherwise, the handle, it will not be smooth at all. So don't touch that one. Don't touch this one. It's just this one you need to undo. This is 31mm. I'm going to show you now how to undo it. This is quite tight. It has to be tight because of the way the pump works. But I'll show you the best way to undo it now. And that's the only thing you need to undo on the pump. Let's get on with it. What you want to do, you want to turn your pump over that way. So when you get your spanner on, you can put pressure on this part here. It holds it down. I'll show you what I mean now. So as you can see, we've got the tool on there now. So what you want to do, put pressure on this part and pull the tool. And it undoes just like that. Now what you would do is unscrew the handle section like this. Any second now, it's ready to come out. Just like that. As you can see there, that's loose now. So you want to get this shaft and pull it all the way out. Now you've undone the handle, so it's loose. Just pull this shaft out. This is going to be sticky and messy from the washing up liquid. If you've used it, that is. As you can see, this is dripping. It has been cleaned, but what I'll do, once I've cleaned it with fresh water after I've used it, I'll just lube it up with the washing up liquid again. You don't have to do that, I don't think, but it's just what I'll personally do. So anyway, this is the end now. We're going to be sorting out. We're going to take that top nut off, and you can pull all the components off there. You've got the main washer in white. You've got a little nylon washer, another nylon washer, and a metal washer. So there's 3 washers either side. If you have a look at this, it's loose. You don't want this tight. If you can pull that down, look, you can see there's a gap there, maybe 2mm. You don't want this, like these nuts, clamping this tight, because this ain't going to work. This is the way you want it. But anyway, we'll get this taken off now and show you what you do. That top nut there is a 13mm. So what you want to do is undo it. Just like this. Then take all the components off, just like that. And that's the components right there. What I'll do, I'll lay these out and I'll show you in detail what's there. Let's just say now you've pulled your pump apart and you've forgotten what order they go in. I've laid them in the order they go in here. You've got the metal washer, the thin nylon washer, the black washer, the main washer. Then you've got the same on the other side. Basically now, what you want to do is get your new main seal, which come with your pump. At the time I brought my pump, it gave away 3 white main seals with the pump. These ones here. So basically, we'll take this away. Let's just pretend it's bad and it's leaking and you're not getting any suction. And we'll put that one in place. So basically now, we're going to rebuild it with these components and that's it. Job done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get these bits back on this pump now. So you start off with a metal washer. Then the little thin, clear plastic one. Well, it's not clear, it's white. The black one. The white main washer. Another black one. The little thin white one. And the metal washer. So we've got all those back on. Now we'll get the nylock nut back on. When you thread this nylock nut on, you need to thread it down so the threads are level with the end of the nut. The reason why, you need the nylock part to catch the thread. Otherwise, it can and will come undone down the beach. So what you want to do is put it on a few turns, go a little bit more. You may have to stand on the handle once you hit the nylock bit. As you can see there, that's enough. If I hold it that way, you can see it's not protruding out past the nut, but the nylock part is catching it. You can see there's looseness there, there's play in there. You can move it up and down, and it twists, no problem. What we're going to do is put a bit of washing up liquid on this, and then slide it back into the pump. Well, them refitted now. Get a bit of washing up liquid. You don't want loads, just a little bit. Just to help it once it goes back in, just a bit of fresh washing up liquid on there, just like that. Bring the tube back in and get it back inside the tube. Slide it all the way down like this. Then what you can do is thread the handle back on the way you're taking it off. When you do this, make sure it's smooth like this. If it's not smooth, you're cross threading it, so stop. Now what we're going to do is crank this back up so it's the opposite way. We're going to lay this flat like this on the workbench, and then we get the spanner on there and we'll pull it towards us clockwise to tighten it. This is the way you want to tighten it. As you can see, it's turning there, look. Make sure this handle's down because this will make it a lot easier for you. And then you want it quite tight. That there is probably tight enough. I'll give that a good tug. Now that top nut's nice and tight, we'll check the pump. I'll stand back a bit. That's nice and smooth, as you can see. These pumps are wicked smooth, you know. There's nothing to it, and that's not even lubed up properly yet. So what I'm going to do, chuck some washing up liquid down the handle, right here. Going fairly heavy, because I want to get some washing up liquid around that new washer that I've just fitted, and get it in the pump. Hold the pump up, like this, and give it full cycles. As you can see, I can use my finger, look, it's smooth as anything. What we're going to do now, we're going to test the suction and see if it needs adjusting. I can guarantee it won't need adjusting. I shouldn't have said that, should I? But they are really easy to fit. What you want to do, get the pump, turn it upside down. As you'll see, the handle falls out of this, look. It's that smooth. You want to get your hand on top of the pump, just like that, the flat part of your hand. Stand on the handle down there and lift the tube up. What we're going to be listening for any leaks. You'll hear it hissing or sucking if it's leaking. If you can't hear any of that, the suction's fine and it does not need adjusting. You could even back it off a little. You're better off with it being a little bit looser than too tight. We'll lift it up now and have a listen. Yeah, there's no leaks there. That's totally fine. I'll show you in a bucket of water. After I've rebuilt it, I get it in a bit of water. As you can see here, there's plenty of suction in there. Don't forget, when you're at home with this, you've rebuilt it, you've put liquid in there, it might not feel as smooth as you expect it to feel, but don't forget, when you're down the beach pumping, you do get moisture in there, which thins out the washing up liquid and spreads it around the washer. This is why I use a bucket of water. So as you can see now, the smoothness in there, it's absolutely amazing. You know me on this channel, I don't recommend crap. 100% this pump is amazing. So that's it. That's basically how you rebuild it. It is that simple. So that's it. That's how you rebuild the pump. Let's just say you're down the beach pumping and you're sucking up worms, or you're trying to, and you don't feel like the suction's quite right and you think there's something wrong here. Flip the pump over, put your foot on the handle, put your hand over the top of the pump and lift it up and listen very carefully to the tube, anywhere in the tube, and you'll hear like a little hissing sound or a bubbling sound. If you can hear that, your main washer is leaking. So I'll show you now what you can do to adjust it if that is happening. Get it onto the nut, take up the slack in the ratchet as you can see there. Now you'll see how much of a turn I'm going to give it. Literally that, or even a little less. You don't need to do much at all. Go through this process again then, put your hand over the end of the pump, pull it up, have a listen. If you can't hear the leaks, carry on pumping. If you get to a point you can't stop it leaking, that's where you're going to need to fit the new main washer like I said earlier. But I'm going to back this off because I don't need it that tight. And that's it. It's got a hell of a suction on this pump has. And it's so smooth. You'll see the smoothness in this now when I let go of this handle. You ready? That handle just drops on its own, under its own weight. It's so smooth, it's amazing. So that's it, that's how you rebuild the DS bait pumps. It is seriously simple. The video may seem a bit long because I was explaining other stuff, and I do have another thing to show you before you go. Dave has released a new washer. By the time you see this video, they are available for purchase. I'm going to go through the prices in a moment, but that is the new washer he's designed. I've not personally tested this washer yet. Dave did send it me to test it out. Obviously we're in lockdown in Wales, we can't go anywhere to tier 4, so unfortunately I haven't been able to test it yet. As soon as this lockdown's over, I'm fitting this in the pump and I'm getting down the beach and I'll be giving it a good test. I will also be doing a video on it so you can see how good it is. I have fitted in the pump already and it is nice, it's smooth. The suction on it seems a lot stronger than the white ones. So I don't want to be telling you, yeah, this is the best seal in the world, because I've not personally used it, but I can see this being a lot better than the original seal. And that's it, that's the quality of it. The yellow seal is 70p, that's all it costs, which is nothing at all. And it feels like a tougher material than the white ones, and the white ones lasted me 7 sessions so far, and it looks like new. So I can't see you having to change these too often. Obviously, if you suck a little stone up and nick it or damage it, then that's inevitable, but yeah, it's nice and tough. Also, it's released these little grey nylon washers right here. Those two. This grey washer replaces that black one and the white one. So if you do end up buying these, also buy these. That is all you need. So you got your metal washer, grey washer, new main washer, grey washer and a metal washer. That is it. What I will do, I'll do a rebuild video with this one. It is exactly the same, it is no different at all, but just in case there's anybody new out there, so I will do another video with this yellow washer to show them which components you need to take away and which components to add. Right, the prices of the parts inside the pump. I've got a list here, so I need to look at the list while I'm talking to you. The new main washer, the yellow one, is 70p. The grey washers, those little nylon washers, the 3D printed ones, those are 20p each. The lock nut, which goes at the end, is 25p, it's marine grade. The little flat metal washers are 10p each. And that's all of it. It's seriously cheap to keep it running. And the other thing you want to use is the green fairy. I don't know exactly why it has to be the original green, but everybody says don't use the perfume versions, use this version. As I've said to you already, I've been out pumping 7 times, and that's how much I've got left in the bottle. Some people have said I'm too heavy on it, but you can see it lasts a long time. I've had a lot of worm out of that 7 sessions. I'll leave a link down below to DS bait pumps. If you have any questions, give Dave a message. He's a really helpful bloke and he'll help you out. Right, that's it. I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully it won't be too long. This lockdown will end and we can all get out and get some worm, because I'm absolutely dying just to get out and fish or pump worm or just do something. I'm sick of being stuck in now. It's really starting to get to me. I'm gagging to get out there and fish. As soon as the lockdown's over, we'll get out there and be pumping worm with his yellow washer in. Right then, I'm going to get off. Thank you for watching, and it won't be too long hopefully. We'll see you in the next one.